The curious curious shop and the choking shutdown. I the black shadow on the mall. 我能 flash afternoon. The sunlight bathed the classroom in a warm glow. 林小周 was in the middle of writing an essay when he suddenly noticed the shadow on the window pane waving at him. He turned his head to look, but there was nothing outside the window. When he turned back around, that very shadow was now sitting in the empty chair right next to him. 张继贵幕 The shadow 细胞部 His voice sounded like the wind rustling through limbs. I'll come to see you. 林小周 nearly swallowed his pencil whole. He rubbed his eyes vigorously. But the shadow remained. He took the shape of a ball. Yet it had no facial features, but looked more like a swirling mass of black mist. When were you? 林小周一天 began to chatter. Tomorrow, you are going to encounter something incredibly unlucky. The shadow leaned closer. It's tongue grave. Only I can help you. After 小过户 Go to that curious shop 不闹读书影院的白明水不地热下 Having said this, the shadow vanished. Dissipating like smoke blown away by the wind. 林小周 sat there. 当房子 He does 个眉眼 Shall you? Not him. Why are you staring blankly at Vinaya?
Time that flows backward. After school, Lin Xiaozhou headed to Old Street, just as instructed. He had never noticed this shop before. A faded sign hung above the entrance, and the display window was filled with dolls that performed somersaults on their own, alongside rows of shimmering glass bottles. He pushed open the creaky wooden door, and the scent of peppermint candy wafted out to greet him. Behind the counter stood an elderly woman wearing round-rimmed glasses, her hair gathered neatly into a bun. Welcome, the old woman smiled warmly. You've come looking for the moon eraser, haven't you? Lin Xiaozhou's eyes widened in astonishment. How did you know? The old woman offered no explanation. Instead, she reached into a drawer and pulled out an eraser. It truly resembled a crescent moon eraser, heaven-faintly glowing. Remember, use it only when you are in the gravest danger. Rub it gently 3 times and say the word, rewind. Lin Xiaozhou took the eraser, feeling a sudden chill spread across his palm. How much? It's free. Just come back and tell me the ending of the story once you've saved everyone. Lin Xiaozhou returned home, completely bewildered. That night, he tossed and turned, unable to sleep. Clutching the moon eraser tightly in his palm, he eventually drifted off without realizing it. Early the next morning, he was jolted awake by his mother's scream. Xiaozhou, wake up! There's a fire downstairs! Lin Xiaojiu rushed to the window. Good heavens! Black smoke was billowing out of a 7th-floor window, and flames were leaping sky-high. A crowd had gathered below, and fire trucks were wailing as they pulled in, but their extension ladders couldn't reach that high. Lin Xiaozhou spotted a small head peeking out from the 7th-floor window. It was a little girl, waving her arms frantically. Every hair on his body stood on end. It was a 2nd grader from his own school. The shadow's words suddenly rang in his ears. You are going to encounter something terribly unlucky. Lin Xiaozhou gripped the moon eraser with all his might. But how could he use it now? Could he really just erase a fire? Just then, he felt a searing heat in his palm. He looked down and saw that the eraser was moving on its own. It slipped free from between Lin Xiaozhou's finger, hovered in mid-air, and began to write words in the air. Grab me. As if compelled by some unseen force, Lin Xiaozhou reached out and grasped the eraser. The very next second, his vision blurred, and the entire world seemed to hit the rewind button. The black smoke retreated back into the window. The flames shrank smaller and smaller. The fire trucks drove away in reverse, and the neighbors walked backward into the stairwell. When Lin Xiaozhou finally came to his senses, he found himself lying in bed. Outside the window, the sun was shining brightly, and his alarm clock read 7 a.m. exactly. He shot up from the bed and rushed downstairs. The stairwell was spotless. There was no fire, no smoke. His neighbor, Grandma Wang, was out walking her dog, and the little dog barked excitedly at him. Lin Xiaozhou ran up to the 7th floor and knocked on the door. It was opened by a middle-aged woman. Auntie ... Is everything okay at your place? The auntie looked puzzled. Everything's fine. Why do you ask? Lin Xiaozhou saw the little girl sitting on the living room, eating breakfast, perfectly safe and sound. His legs went weak, and he slumped against the wall. Time really had flowed backward. 3. The secret of the shadow. Lin Xiaozhou didn't go to school. Instead, he headed straight for the curio and oddity shop. The old woman seemed to know he was coming. She was already waiting at the door. Standing beside her was a person. No, not a person. It was the shadow from yesterday. Now, however, it possessed facial features. He looked like a boy roughly his own age, though his skin was slightly translucent, like a reflection in water. Let me make a proper introduction, the old woman said. This is my grandson, Xiao An. He is your shadow. Lin Xiaozhou was stunned. My shadow? Xiao An walked over and extended his hand. Lin Xiaozhou hesitated for a moment before grasping it. It was cool to the touch, though not quite as icy as he had imagined. You saved me 3 years ago, Xiao An said. Do you remember? By the small river behind the school. Blin. Xiao An racked his brain, trying to recall. Suddenly, he came back to him, back in the 2nd grade. A small child had fallen into the river, and he had tossed in a tree branch to pull him out. That child ... It looked like it was the very boy standing before him now. But you didn't look like this back then.
Xiao An smiled. That's because I'm no ordinary child. We are the Shadow Clan beings who live within the shadows. 3 years ago, I wandered off to the riverbank out of childish curiosity. I accidentally revealed my true form and fell into the water. You saved me. My grandfather says that when a member of the Shadow Clan owes a debt of gratitude, they are bound to repay it. That is why I have been following you all this time. Lin Xiaozhou遭drop. He had always assumed the shadow was nothing more than a shadow. I never imagined that a living being actually resided inside one.
So, what was that fire yesterday all about?
He asked. The old woman sighed. Someone wants to seize the moon eraser. It is a treasure of our Shadow Clan, an artifact capable of manipulating time, if only for a brief moment. They use magic toward that fire.
Who? The dark shadows,
Xiao An said, his expression turning green. They are traitors to our Shadow Clan, bent on using the moon eraser to rule the entire world. They know the eraser is in your possession, and they won't rest until they have it. Before Lin Xiaozhou could even begin to process this information, the glass door of the grocery store suddenly shattered. I thought the mere maze 4 figures clad in black burst into the shop. Their faces were hidden deep within their hood, and beneath their feet, dot dot dot, there were no shadow. Hand over the moon eraser, the leader demanded, his voice raspy. The old woman sprang to her feet. With a sweeping motion of her hands, every bottle in the shop flew into the air, hurling toward the intruders. The figures in black waved with their hands to deflect the barrage, and one of them pulled a small mirror from inside his robe. "Watch out!" 小安 cried out, lunging forward to shove Lin Xiaozhou out of the way. The mirror suddenly expanded, growing into a massive portal that sucked Lin Xiaozhou inside. Lin Xiaozhou felt as though he were plummeting down a bottomless pit, surrounded on all sides by mirrors. I saw countless reflections of himself, some weeping, some laughing, others screaming in terror. "This is the mirror maze," Xiao An's voice called out from somewhere nearby. "Don't be afraid. Just follow the sound of my voice." Lin Xiaozhou 寸步冰 landed to view the maze, his own reflections staring back at him from every direction. Suddenly, one of the figures in black burst forth from a mirror, reaching out to grab him. Lin Xiaozhou dodged the attack, but in no time, he noticed his movements were growing sluggish, slower with every passing moment. The reflections of himself within the mirrors began to act erratically, completely beyond her control. Some were stepping backward, others were moving forward, none of them obeying his will. "They're stealing your shadow," 小安 shouted. "Don't let them touch you."
Lin Xiaozhou whipped out the moon eraser and clutched it tightly in his hand. Yet, this time, the eraser did not grow warm. Instead, it grew colder and colder, freezing his fingers until they ached with pain. The figures in black closed in on him, 5 mirrors converging to trap him in their center. At that very instant, every single mirror shattered simultaneously. The old woman stood amidst the shards of glass, smoke rising from her hands. "You silly child! Did you really think a broken mirror could trap me?" She grabbed Lin Xiaozhou by the hand and ran. With Xiao An leading the way, the 3 of them burst out of the maze, stumbling and tumbling through the back door of the general store. Behind them, the door slammed shut, instantly reverting to normal. It was nothing more than an ordinary wooden door. The Mom's silhouette. Lin Xiaozhou slumped to the ground, gasping for breath. He looked down at the moon-shaped eraser in his hand, and noticed a new crack running across its surface. "It can only be used one more time," the old woman said, her expression grave. "The shadow clan won't give up. Next time, you must use it to accomplish something truly significant." "Something significant? Like what?" The old woman offered no reply. She simply gazed into the distance. Lin Xiaozhou followed her line of sight. There, bathed in the light of the setting sun, a familiar figure was walking toward them. Thought it was Mom. She had come to pick him up from school to take him home, completely unaware of the ordeal her son had just endured. "Mom!" Lin Xiaozhou ran toward her and threw his arms around her in a tight embrace. Startled, Mom asked, "What's the matter? Did you miss me this much after just one day apart?" Lin Xiaozhou buried his face in her clothes, fighting back tears. He thought of the fire, of the little girl in the window, and and of what might have happened today had it not been for the moon eraser. Back home, Li Xiaozhou lay in bed as Xiaoan drifted out from behind the curtains. What do we do now? Li Xiaozhou asked. I don't know, Xiaoan replied. But we have to find the shadow clan's lair and return the moon eraser. Otherwise, time itself will fall into chaos. Li Xiaozhou nodded, then suddenly remembered something. Can't you come out during the day? I can't, Xiaoan smiled, but only on cloudy days. On sunny days, I'm stuck lying flat on the ground, just like a regular shadow. Li Xiaozhou was amused. So you just lie on the ground all day, every day. It's called resting. Xiaoan rolled his eyes playfully. You humans are the weird ones, standing and walking around all day long. Doesn't that get tiring?
The two boys burst into laughter together. It was late at night. Xiaoan retreated into the corner, slowly merging into the shadow that Lin Xiaozhou cast upon the wall. Moonlight filtered through the curtains, spilling into the room. Lin Xiaozhou stared at his own shadow. It looked exactly as it always did, but he knew that someone was living inside that shadow. Just as he was drifting off to sleep, Xiaoan's voice suddenly rang out again, this time laced with panic.
小周, don't no more! Your shadow dot dot dot. I think there's someone else in there.
Lin Xiaozhou snapped his eyes open and, guided by the moonlight, looked toward the shadow on the wall. His shadow was slowly turning its head, grinning broadly right at him. Yet he himself was lying flat on the bed. He hadn't turned his head at all. Epilogue. The next morning, Lin Xiaozhou woke up drenched in sweat. He leaped out of bed and immediately checked his shadow. Everything was normal. The shadow followed him obediently, raising a hand when he raised his, lifting a foot when he lifted his. He breathed a sigh of relief, got dressed, and headed off to school. As he passed the old street, he instinctively glanced toward the little grocery store. The shop door was tightly shut, and a slip of paper was taped to the window. Shopkeeper away, return date unknown. Lin Xiaozhou stood there, stunned. Suddenly, Xiaoan's eye, or half of it at least, popped out of his shadow. Grandma left last night, Dot. She said she won't come back until you're ready. Ready for what? Xiaoan fell silent. The school bell rang, and Lin Xiaozhou walked into his classroom. He took his seat. Sunlight streamed through the window, casting his shadow onto the surface of his desk. He stared at his shadow, and the shadow stared back at him. He recalled that grinning face from the night before. Who was it? Xiaoan? Or something else entirely? Suddenly, he felt a strange reluctance to look down at his own feet, and her shadow, unnoticed by him, quietly raised a finger and pressed it against its lips. Shh. Next episode preview. A new student arrives at Lin Xiaozhou's school. One who looks exactly like him, yet casts no shadow. He claims to have come from a very distant place. Xiaoan insists that he is not human. What then is he? Where will the moon eraser's final charge ultimately be used? Please watch episode 2, The Other Me.